Good morning, this is Pastor Rick, and I want to welcome you to the Sunday Forum. Once again, we're here on site at St. Matthew's House. We're really pleased that the CEO, the COO, Steve Bruder, is with us to take us on a tour and to describe this important work of St. Matthew's House. But first, thanks for having us on campus.
Well, thank you, Pastor Rick. It's great to have you. We're here at the Campbell Lodge, and we're going to do a tour and talk about our many campuses. This is just one.
So some of our people know St. Matthew's House, and when they think about St. Matthew's House, they're thinking about a homeless shelter. But as you've just mentioned, it's much more than that.
We had a tagline for a while that we carried on our trucks. I had no idea. That's what people say when you say, well, we have thrift stores, we have homeless shelters, we run recovery programs. They say often, I had no idea, but we're on 16 different locations, 4 counties. We'll visit some of the Airport Road campuses today, but we are spread out.
So, St. Matthew's House does a lot of work. It has a broad ministry, and we're going to get a tour of that today, especially how we might help this important ministry at Emmanuel Lutheran Church. So, Steve, take us on the tour.
Okay, we're going to leave the Memorial Pavilion here at the Campbell Lodge, and we're going to walk through the shelter.
Great. Okay, Steve, where are we going first on the tour?
So, at the Campbell Lodge, we'll come into the lobby and see the reception area where we do intake for our homeless residents. This facility, which was built in 1994, was renovated. The renovation was completed early this year. We're going to go right here in the main lobby.
Before we go in the main lobby, though, oh my goodness, do you have a beautiful garden here outside? It's just gorgeous.
This courtyard was a concept we came up with to give a spot for inspiration, meditation, and just a beautiful setting for people here at the shelter to enjoy. There's also a playground because we have moms with kids here at the shelter. So it is a beautiful setting.
Great. Let's go in. So where are we right now?
So we're coming into the reception lobby here at the Campbell Lodge. So when folks come in for intake to see about getting into the shelter, this is the first point they come in. And Miss D is the reception point. So she can direct them once they get in here. We're going to visit some of the dorm areas and get an idea of this beautiful renovated homeless shelter.
Great. Let's go to those dorm areas.
Okay. We'll move to the family dorm first. We're able to handle moms with kids in 7 individual apartments in this part of the dorm. This is something new, and it's really needed because we have a significant waiting list of moms with kids that want to come into the shelter.
So give us an overall impression. How many pre-COVID, how many people would you have here on campus? And now, during the COVID period, what difference has that made?
Yes, so we have 104 beds licensed in this facility. That doesn't include children. And during COVID, we had to reduce that for social distancing because of the congregate dining, the dorm space, and the ventilation. We're hoping to soon get the numbers back up. We continue to have waiting lists for the shelter. And we're just now bringing the moms with kids back in. We're going to take a look at one of the dorms down the hall. This is just one of the family dorms, so you can get an idea of the space. This is one setup we have where we can have moms with kids in the bunk area. And this obviously isn't totally furnished or occupied yet, but this is a nice setting for the moms. And there's a laundry facility and different amenities that they now have that they didn't have before the renovation.
So if a mom comes in with her children, I'm sure the time varies from family to family, but could you give us a sense of how long a family would live here in this dorm?
It does vary. It depends on the family unit. Individuals, men, women are different, but typically the stay is 60 to 80 days. They can stay 90 days and beyond. We work with them. We call this shelter a transformative rehabilitation model.
Okay.
So we have intensive case management to work with them to help them find employment and get back on their feet and do everything to point them to resources outside the shelter.
Wonderful. I'm sure this gives our people a sense of what you provide the homeless here in the area. Where are we heading next?
So we'll walk down to the kitchen facility and dining facility, and I want to show you the chapel.
Great, because I'm hungry. All right, Steve, I've had meals
You
in
ate
this
here.
room before. Yeah, tell us about this room.
So this is our shelter kitchen, which is dormant right now, and that's because we have a fabulous new central kitchen where all the meals are prepared. But we use this as a warming kitchen, an emergency kitchen, and we bring the meals from our central kitchen over to this point to serve our shelter residents every meal.
So that's a big difference from just 2 or 3 years ago.
That is, and this is, we're soon to open this as another volunteer opportunity. We have a model called the Common Kitchen where church groups can come in and prepare the meals for our shelter residents, and we'll use this kitchen for that purpose. So we look forward to that.
All right, where are we going next?
We're going to walk into our chapel.
Okay. So, Steve, you were saying that this chapel was not part of the original building here, it was added on.
This was added on to serve as a multi-purpose room. We call it our chapel, but holiday meals are here, different meetings can be here. It's a 1,900 square foot facility that soon we hope to have air conditioned, and it will be put to greater use. But it's a great facility, it's a great addition to the campus.
Wonderful. Where are you going to take us next?
So now we'll walk to one of the dorms, we'll just walk through, and then we'll go over to Lulu's kitchen.
Wonderful.
As we cross over to the men's dorm, we've got this beautiful courtyard that we're standing in. Again, it's such a beautiful spot. It's hot today and sunny today, but people enjoy it. So we're glad to have this spot. It was donated to us, so we're very pleased with the way it turned out.
All right, Steve, where are we now?
So, Pastor Rick, we're standing in one of the men's dorms, so you can get an idea of the bunk space. We have men spread out, about 76 men as our occupancy of the 104 beds. But you can see we have individual lockers and storage space. Today is the cleaning day, so they have all their individual tubs up on their bunks. Well, we want the bunks made and kept in good condition, but this gives you an idea of the living quarters. All of the restrooms were renovated, which our residents have really appreciated. We've upped the standards, and it's really an excellent facility now.
And again, full capacity. After COVID, you'll have how many men?
104 beds total. There's about 76 men in that number.
Great. And when they're here, they have other infrastructure, resources. You've got counselors here on site, and we're going to talk about some of the work that you provide. It's a whole service.
It is. I talked about the rehabilitation that we plan, and the case management works with individuals to help them get back on their feet. Part of it is the job training that we offer through our social enterprises. We're going to move to our central kitchen facility called Lulu's Kitchen, where we have a lot of training opportunities and employment opportunities for our shelter residents.
So we want to go to Lulu's Kitchen right now, but it's impressive just when you see the building. But what it accomplishes is training, right? And to gain a little bit of revenue for St. Matthew's House. Let's go over and visit Lulu's right now. Okay, Steve, this is impressive. We're standing in front of Lulu's Kitchen.
Yes.
I almost want to call it a restaurant. Tell us about this place.
And it is that. We opened late October. This fabulous 8,000 square foot facility was made possible by some donors, and we're able to actually handle 4 operations in this kitchen. We do all of our mission meals. We saw the shelter kitchen, which this has now replaced. We do our Delicious by Design catering meals. We run a 65-seat breakfast and lunch cafe, and we do our Culinary Training Institute. So this is just an example of our social enterprises, really the newest example.
Okay, so most of us, when we think of St. Matthew's House, we're thinking, okay, it's a homeless shelter. But like you said, you've got various enterprises here, both to earn revenue and to provide job training for your people. Is that right?
That's right. Every one of the social enterprises, our 6 thrift stores, our car wash, our retreat and conference center in LaBelle, our catering companies, and now Lulu's Kitchen are all training opportunities for the people that we serve. And we work on not only the training, but placing them in jobs in our mission.
Great. Let's go inside and take a look. Okay, we're in Lulu's Kitchen, and you can see I've got my iced coffee here, which is a Starbucks product. Is that right?
That's right. Here in the Fresh Start Cafe, which is part of Lulu's Kitchen, this 65-seat breakfast and lunch cafe, we serve Starbucks products.
Wow.
So we have a full barista cafe and bar here with desserts and all the Starbucks products to enjoy.
Now, do you make money here?
Yes, we do. This is a vital social enterprise to add revenue to fuel the program, so we can grow more programs for the people in need. This is just one example.
So anybody can come by here and get lunch, breakfast and lunch?
We are open 7 to 3 with a drive-through opening at 6:30, and it's a breakfast and lunch any time of the day. So please come and join us.
And it's a beautiful environment. I want to lift up two different ministries at Emmanuel where we help this Lulu Kitchen. And one is, we want to show Jan Gazdek as she goes by and picks up pastry from Panera and delivers that here a couple times a week. Let's go and watch Jan supporting Lulu's Kitchen right now.
Hi, my name's Jan Gazdek, and I'm head of the Serving Others Ministry team. I'm the team leader. And I also handle the Panera bread for St. Matthew's House. Here's an example of the bread that's going to be delivered to St. Matthew's House tomorrow that I have picked up tonight. This is the Panera bread that we go to. Lynn at Panera getting the stuff ready for me to pick up. Thank you, Lynn.
You're welcome.
From Lutheran Church, and part of my responsibility is picking up Panera bread. I think just fell out. And delivering it to St. Matthew's House tomorrow. I'm picking it up Friday night, and I'll be delivering it tomorrow morning. And Lynn is kindly helping me in pastries donated by Panera so that we can take it to St. Matthew's House and they can use it with their food bank. You know what? I think we're going to stick this in there. We could use help with, we could use volunteers. So if you'd like to help us, we'd love it. It's a great ministry.
You saw the Panera pickup, but also our people at Emmanuel cook casseroles and deliver them here to Lulu's Kitchen. We want to watch that right now.
My name is Carolyn Faust. I'm a member of Emmanuel Lutheran Church. We've been at Emmanuel for over 50 years, and this is my favorite project that I have worked on in that time frame. When they first started St. Matthew's House, it was at the fire station by the courthouse on Airport Road. We prepared casseroles that was called the ladies. They would bring them to the church, and I would deliver them to St. Matthew's House. We've had many members of our congregation over the years contribute to this wonderful project, and I want to thank them all. Many have already passed, but there's a lot of us still out there filling them up.
How many casseroles do we make on a regular basis?
Our goal for Serving Others ministry is 50 a month.
50 a month, wow.
And when we are in normal production, we can make that 50 a month. People have always been glad to do this and help with this very rewarding project. When I arrive at the homeless shelter, I open my trunk and there'll be labels on all these casseroles. And these guys will recognize them from weeks before, and they'll say, "Oh, did you make that? Oh, that was just like what my mother made." "No, but someone else made it just for you." I've had them tell me how long they've been there. They're just so happy to see someone come and be kind to them, I guess, is the way we would put it. There are many thank yous and God bless yous as I get in my car and drive away. They're just so thankful for this food, and it gives me great pleasure to be able to do this.
So there you have it. We pick up from Panera. We also deliver casseroles here, part of the support, again, of Lulu's Kitchen. But before we move on, you do so many things here. You also have a thrift store. I know some of our people drive down the main highway here and see it. What happens at the thrift store?
So our boutique thrift store here on Airport Road, which is really a half-mile campus along Airport Road, stretching from the firehouse, where your church helped found Justin's Place and St. Matthew's House back in 1988, And then we have our boutique thrift store, which is a 12,000 square foot facility. That's really great training ground for men and women in retail and logistics, because our warehouse operation is quite impressive. And again, it's a training facility and an employment opportunity for the people we serve.
I think that's one of the most important messages here. St. Matthew's House has really expanded to help the homeless with these social enterprises, which both bring in revenue and provide job training at the same time. It's just very exciting to see. We want to now go back to the Campbell Lodge and hear maybe some final thoughts from you, especially on how we at Emmanuel can continue to support your mission and work here at St. Matthew's House. Let's go back to the Campbell Lodge. So Steve, here we're at the end of our tour. We're back where we started. Do you have any final thoughts for us at Emmanuel, for our people, on how we can stay involved and supportive of this important work of St. Matthew's House?
When I think about Emmanuel Lutheran being one of the founding churches way back in 1988, when St. Matthew's House was started, initially at the soup kitchen, which is down at the firehouse just down the street. Over the years, your congregation has really helped us grow, and that means so much. Now, as we look at more growth and serving more people, it's important to continue that relationship and partnership. So there's lots of ways through the volunteerism that we talked about. Certainly the gift in kind food donations and just general giving is so important to continue our mission at St. Matthew's House.
So again, we want to thank you for taking us on this marvelous tour. You should know, if you want to become involved here at St. Matthew's House, you can just drive right by here at St. Matthew's House and sign up. Or we have a Serving Other ministry at Emmanuel, Jan Gazdak. Contact her or any of the pastors if you want to become more involved, if you want to know how you can become more engaged with St. Matthew's House, this very important ministry. Once again, thank you for joining us on the Sunday Forum.